50 years ago, George Storer had a vision of a club that would attract people from around the country who enjoyed fly fishing, golf, and the outdoors. Now, over that 50 years, the club has evolved pretty dramatically. Today, we're a very family-friendly club. We have activities for all ages and a wide range of those activities. And one of the ones that this video will show you later is that we have speakers from time to time. And tonight we're going to be honored by having several of the board members of Special Operations Warrior Foundation. They will be talking about the great work that they do.
I'm Tom Arthur, and I've been an Old Baldy member since 1995. And after graduating from college, I went in the Army and was an infantry lieutenant and served in Vietnam. When I got out of the Army, I was always thankful for the great lessons that I learned in the Army. And so after I retired from business, I was looking for a way to give back to the military for the great job that they did in shaping my adult life. And so living in Tampa, that's also the home of Special Operations Command, and it's home of the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. And through some of my Army contacts, I became involved with the foundation and then was asked to join the board 12 or 13 years ago. And the Special Operations Warrior Foundation is the preeminent military support organization in America today. We have a 5% overhead ratio and a very specific mission of taking care of the children with their college educations if they lost a dad in the line of duty. We also give cash to those operators that are wounded so their families can come visit them in Walter Reed or Bethesda. And we also do a lot of counseling because those families really need it when they lose a dad.
Well, it's an honor to be associated with the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. As the former commander of United States Special Operations Command and having spent the better part of my career in the military and special operations, I had the opportunity to see the great work that this organization did before I retired. So after I retired, I took the opportunity to join the board, and now I'm acting as the chairman of the board of the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. The Special Operations Warrior Foundation is in the top 1% of all charities in America as rated by CharityNavigator.com. I want you to know on the morning of 19 October in 2001, when you got out of bed and turned on the television, you saw C-130 airplanes parachuting Army Rangers into an objective we called Rhino. That was the signal back to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda that America was coming after them. That was after 9/11, and America was going to war. What you didn't see that night and what you didn't see on the news was Army helicopters launching off of Navy ships at sea, going deep into Afghanistan to hit a strategic target. The mission, they went at night on night vision goggles. The helicopters are refueled at night by Air Force Special Operations airplanes that come down. They are also on night vision goggles. Refuel the helicopters so you can keep going. We hit that target. And what I want you to know, because I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight, is that mission was longer than the mission we failed in Desert One to get our hostages out of Iran. That mission was longer than Doolittle's raid, and we did it 29 times. This incredible force. I'm going to talk about the people, because this is a Special Operations is a people-first organization. We believe humans are more important than hardware. We always get asked about how you get your people, selection and training. This is the key to our force, and this is Army Special Operations Command, but don't forget we've got a bunch of other forces that are also selected. Just before I retired, I went down for the start of a class that was coming in. I saw them get off the bus. 19 people quit getting off the bus. We hadn't done anything to them yet. So, but here's the deal. Just like in your business, you ought to read the fine print on your contract, because it says we get you for the first 48 hours. So you're going to go back to your unit, but you're going to go back in a lot better shape in 48 hours than when you got there. But you're going back because you only get a chance to quit one time. So then we'll send you off to advanced training like these guys doing free fall here. And we'll teach you all those skills. And this is the final product. This is a Special Forces team on the ground in Afghanistan. And then there's the SEALs. The SEALs have a unique requirement, like everybody does, but theirs is even more unique in the fact that they've got to defeat the environment before they can defeat the enemy. This is a little baby submarine that they get in that hooks to a big submarine. And then they go near the target area. The SEALs are inside here. They're in the back. You can see the guy all the way in the back. And it's wet. They close those doors and they're in the water. They're breathing air. It's not dry. It's not like some movie you've been seeing where you get out of these nice dry submarines. This thing is wet. And they're in freezing cold water, and they sit there, and it's pitch black, and they ride to the target. Then they get out, swim in, go across the beach, hit the target, go back on the beach, get back in the water, go back out and see if they can remember where they parked it, get back in it. Now you're successful in your mission. You get to ride all the way back and look for where you parked the submarine. We've got great aviation. And one of the reasons that we are the gold standard around the world for special operations, I want to make that clear. We are the gold standard. Every special operations force on earth wants to be like the United States Special Operations Force. That's one of our airplanes. This is, we're the only ones that have these little birds, so I just wanted to put these. By the way, these guys that fly these little birds, only aviators in the Department of Defense allowed to fly single pilot night vision goggle and land on ships. I mean, these are incredible people. And that's the newest one in our fleet, and I put that in there quite frankly just because I like the slide. I think it's neat. That is a V-22, our tilt rotor and Air Force Special Operations Command, and that's our future. But this is what it's all about. This is what we see as why we train and how we train our special ops guys. This guy on the left here is a hired killer. He can kill you with his handgun. He can kill you with his M4 with an ACOG. He can reach back and pull out that little 6-7 pound radio. He can call in overhead fires, which he's magnificent at doing. He'll bring down the Air Force and Marine Corps and Navy Air on your head immediately. He'll drop JDAM on you. He's trained in hand-to-hand. He'll kill you with his knife. He can kill you with his hands. But he understands that the importance is this little girl on the right-hand side of the slide. He understands that before he ever goes into combat. It is not just about stacking people up. It's about making a difference on the battlefield. And that's what we train our special operators to do. You know, I would tell you it's great to be here at Old Baldy. You know, yesterday we played golf as we walked out to our carts, and we took out some tees and balls and put them in our pocket. There was a young Green Beret or a Navy SEAL or a combat controller over in the Hindu Kush, and it was nighttime there, and he was filling his pockets with 5.56 and 7.62. We got on our cart and drove through this magnificent golf course. He got in an armored Humvee or an MRAP or the back of a Special Operations Black Hawk to go into combat. We're going out to play. He's going out to fight. But I want you to know that he knows before he goes out to fight that if anything happens to him that night, if he's not coming back in the morning, that there is one organization that has guaranteed that we will send his kids to college. We'll take that rock out of the rucksack that his wife is going to have to carry. Because of the generosity of people like you, we will ensure that those kids go to college.
My name is Joe McGuire, and I'm the President and CEO of the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. I retired as a Vice Admiral 4 years ago, having spent 36 years in the Navy and 34 years as a Navy SEAL. I spent 3 years in industry supporting special operations and had this opportunity to become the President and CEO of the Special Operations Warrior Foundation 1 year ago. I had the privilege of being at the Old Baldy Club last year, and a lot has happened since that time that we visited all the fine members here at Old Baldy Club. Since we gave our talk last year and everybody made their generous donations, we've had 26 special operators killed, 25 men and 1 woman. We've gained an additional 32 children to send to college, and we've had over 72 severely wounded special operators that your donations have been able to help.
Today, we have 1,039 children being supported by the foundation, and in this campaign alone, just in the last 13 years, we've had nearly 600 special operators killed in action. We do three simple things in the foundation. We ensure full college tuition or post-secondary education. Not everybody wants to go to Harvard. Some kids want to become master mechanics, they want to become IT experts. Whatever it is, it's their life. We encourage them to aim high. By ensuring full college education, what do we mean? Well, when your father is killed, you receive certain benefits from the Veterans Administration and also from the 9/11 scholarship. That pays for tuition. What we do is we never write a check we don't have to. So we have VA counselors on the staff. We have a small, lean staff of 13 people, and we work with all 140 of those children individually to see what are they entitled to from the VA, what are they entitled to from the Fry Scholarship, which is the post 9/11. If we've got some bright children who get academic scholarships as well, and then we fill the void, and we ensure that they don't have to pay 1 cent for their bachelor's degree. Our thought is this, that no child in this great nation should be at a financial disadvantage because his or her father gave his life in service of the nation. When the father passes away, when the father is killed, they don't have to write an essay. They don't have to come to us. What's important for you to know is that we reach out and we find every single one of them. Within a month after the death, we contact them by a certified letter. We provide immediate financial assistance to wounded special operators. We give $3,000 check to every special operator who's been wounded in action. We started this in 2006, and since then we've given $2.2 million to our wounded. Do the math. $3,000 per wounded man, $2.2 million since 2006. We're only 2% of the force on the battlefield, yet the Special Operations Forces have suffered 10% of the casualties. And when people say to me, well, how many folks do you have? I say, well, there's 13 of us who come to work every day, 14 if you want to count my dog. But I said, literally, we have over 50,000 people in the United States who contribute to the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. So really, the foundation has over 50,000 people because, quite frankly, we couldn't do it without you. And from the bottom of my heart, and from our committee as well, and from those soldiers that you help, and from the families that are receiving the counseling, and from those children that are in college and are on their way, I want to say thank you to all of you.